Yo, what's good, YouTube? And welcome to the first episode of the Big E Podcast. I am your co-host, Ray. Here with my two friends. I have Eli to the left of me, and to the far left, I have EJ. I'm just going to talk to you guys real quick. Like I said before, this is our first podcast, so I'm going to introduce these guys. Now, stay with me. I am dead ass what I'm about to say right now.
Oh, boy.
My boy Eli here. We have the two-time home run derby champion and the Kearney softball wreck. Let's give it up for him. Yes, sir. Yo, the craziest lefty you will ever see. I promise you, Tino Martinez don't got nothing on this guy. Man, I don't even think Pujols, and he's not even a lefty. I don't even think Pujols has anything on him, bro. Sheesh. Yo, how you feel, bro?
Bro, they call me mini Pujols, not Pujols.
There's nothing mini about this guy, though. Let me tell you something.
Oh, nothing.
Right, okay.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
6'4". That's it.
That's why he's
6'4".
Big E. You're
Big E.
Don't get it messed up, or you know what? I'm gonna introduce my boy EJ. This guy is a 6-time Kearney High School championship coach. Sheesh. Yo, your program is in the dumps. You know who to call. You know who to call. Kyrie's handles, he taught him. Saucy. You don't even know what you guys are witnessing right now. This is great. Oh, wait. Sorry. And let me introduce myself. I am the 7-time hot dog eating champion.
7 times?
7-time. Now, you probably never seen me on ESPN because I've never been on it. But I've been there 7 times. Nah, you know this is all jokes. I'm just here just trying to lighten the mood. But like I said, Ray, Eli, EJ, welcome to our first episode. Now, today we're gonna take it a little bit light, excuse me. I'm gonna ask my fellas here a nice question, especially that we're kind of all Yankee fans. So I think this is gonna spark a few things up. Then we're gonna get into the draft and some of the NBA trades that has happened and let you guys know what we think about it. First and foremost, I've been hearing a lot about our boy DJ.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, see? I told you guys already. So I'm hearing a lot about Derek Jeter is very overrated, that his defense is not up there. So my question to you guys is, what is your thought on our El Capitan for the New York Yankees?
You want to handle this one first? I gotta... Okay, I guess I'll go first.
Yeah.
And we're talking defensively overrated.
Overall, just overall.
Bro, 5-time champ. Mission November.
Come on. Say it.
I'm just
say it loud and proud, baby.
I'm happy. I'm grateful to have him.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say early in his career, maybe he had fielding issues, couldn't freaking reach first base. But dude, he literally, that's what you want. Baby steps, get in there, proving himself in the playoffs. To say he's overrated, I wouldn't say you're a hater, but it's like, if you had him, would you be grateful?
We'll get to that in a second, because I'll let you guys know what I think. I kind of want to know both of your perspective, because I've been hearing, again, big Yankee fan. I know all three of us are, and between everything that we do throughout the day, I know we all play sports. We have multiple jobs and stuff like that. But everybody that I speak to, every single one of them has been coming to me about Derek Jeter and how he's overrated, and because of our knowledge, I'm not just gonna say me. Everyone always asks me the question because they want to know what I think. But before I get to that, I do want to know what you think.
I do think it's people get caught up in the moment.
Okay.
You know, like obviously we have a lot of great shortstops in the league as of now and as of late, but Derek Jeter, 5-time champion, was he the youngest shortstop, Yankee shortstop?
I think so.
Yeah, right. Came up. Of course, as a rookie, he struggled, but he showed the progression of what it is to be a good player. Like, he built on his mistakes, and he got better, and then eventually, he became that guy. Everybody wanted to be him.
Right.
Every young kid wanted to do the jump throw to first.
Right.
You know, he did more for the game that his numbers don't speak to it. So that, I think, adds to his greatness, on top of leading those five championships.
And 3,000 hits.
And 3,000 hits. Like, the dude can play, bro.
And
like,
hit it the other way.
At the end of the day, like, was he hitting bombs? No. But guess what? He was winning.
Yeah, so that's why I kind of want to ask you guys, because I'm kind of in the same boat. My thing is, the stats speak for itself. 5-time champion. Could have been 6 times, right? I know, or 7. I know there's multiple
Yeah.
World Series that we kind of just dropped the ball on. Gold Glove winner.
Yeah.
A lot of people talk about his lack of defense and this, that, and the third. Eli, you mentioned it, 3,000 hits. There's not too many out there.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, just
what more do you want?
think of all the MLB players that have, touched this sport, and Derek Jeter is one of, what is it, like 27 that have 3,000 hits?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So now this is where I'm gonna play a little bit of devil's advocate. This is where I kind of agree with some people think, right? Because to them, Derek Jeter is only huge because of moments, the jump throw, the flip toss to home plate, the dive into the stand. Now, in my book, just those 3 plays alone, you're in the top of the top, right? Because we all just that tells me you're willing to put your body on the line. You're willing to do whatever it takes to win.
Captain.
And that's where I come in. It's not your stats. It's not who you play for, how long you play for, whatever. It's the fact that Derek Jeter stepped on the field and it's just an aura of leadership.
Yeah.
You don't get that from everybody, especially shortstops that we all know. That is one of those positions on a diamond that you kind of have to be a leader.
Yes.
Between him, the catcher, and the pitcher, and the center fielder, those are the 4 positions. If you don't have any leadership characteristics, you're not in, right?
Yeah.
He came in a class or in an era, right? We're talking about A-Rod, shortstop, Garcia Parra, Renteria. Even the guy that he replaced, which was I think his last name was Espinoza. I don't remember his first name. He was pretty decent for the Yankees too. It's just that Derek Jeter, just like someone that's currently in the league right now, like Volpe, when they were coming up in those minor leagues, they were just making noise.
Yes.
So nothing against Espinoza, but the way Derek Jeter was coming up, we got to put this kid in, right?
Yeah.
And that's where I'm coming in. You can say whatever you want. You can say that he's overrated. He only has moments. Stats don't mean nothing. Because if we really want to get into stats, there's another hot take that I could talk to you guys about. I don't think you guys are going to like about that one, so I'll leave that on another day. But just that leadership mentality, that leadership characteristic that Derek Jeter has, top 2, and probably not 2, in my opinion. I mean, I know that, there's Cal. Cal's definitely one of those shortstops that you can't not mention.
Iron Man.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, he didn't miss a game.
But you can't say a top 2 or a top 3 without Derek Jeter.
I agree.
And I don't care what anybody tells me.
Yeah.
But all right, just kind of wanted to pick your brain. I'm telling you, I got another one for you guys, but we'll leave that for another day as our pilot episode, if you want to call this. I kind of really want to get into a juicy conversation, and that is the NBA between 2 things: the NBA draft and NBA trades that have been going on. Before I specifically ask anything, what do you guys think right now? Let's start with the NBA trades. The 3 big ones, probably Chris Paul, Jordan Poole, Porzingis to the Boston, and Beal to the Suns. Tell me what you guys think. You guys could break down each of them if you want, but I kind of want to pick your brain on what you think of each, and what is your overall thought? Like, do you like these picks? Do you think it benefits which team or which teams lost or won? I kind of want to know what you guys think about this.
I'm gonna go with we'll go with the Suns first. Me personally, they tried it. KD tried it. Booker tried it. Now you're gonna add another ball handler, and it's 3 guys that all dominate the ball. They got no rim protector. Ayton's probably out. He quit on them. They got no 7, 8, 9 guy. You're playing with 3 stars looking to go ahead, all right, go get 90, 100 points. And I don't think you're going to win that way. They tried to do that last year and it didn't work out. So, do I think they have a chance? I mean, yeah, but defensively, late in game, when you need to stop, I don't think the Suns got any better. I don't think they got any better in that trade.
So, I now that you mentioned that, I do want to say, or ask, currently with the current roster, because I know you mentioned Beal, Durant, Booker, ball dominant players.
Yes.
Then you have Ayton. We all know here, or I'm going to assume that we all know he didn't play to his potential. That could be because of motor. That could be because of the offensive scheme or whatever. The coach.
The ball.
Correct. We also got to think about salary cap.
Yeah.
So now they got 4 players they're playing buku bucks for,
Yeah.
right? Now you don't have enough. Not only do you not have enough money, I don't think you have enough like trade incentives to build the rest of your bench.
Yeah.
So do you guys think currently with this roster, can they make a deep playoff run or just at least make the playoffs?
I mean, in the West, it's tough. You know, like it's always tough in the West. I mean, the West is loaded. Everybody, I feel like every team in the West is good. You know what I mean? However, I think some things that we do like take for granted is, although they are 3 very ball dominant players, they're amazing at what they do.
I agree.
And no matter what, like I figure I would like to think that they would try to find a way to make it work amongst the 3 of them, because it's gonna take a whole lot of work for them 3, because really you need maybe a pedestrian point guard at best, right? Or an athletic guard that's going to be able to run the offense, get them into their spots, get them the ball, and defend. And you need some solid key pieces coming off of the bench. I mean, Denver proved that this past season.
Yeah.
You know, like even though they had Joker, obviously, and Jamal Murray, they're great. I'm not saying that they're not great, but they played team ball.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, they don't win without those other guys.
Exactly, you know what I mean? So like it's gonna be really tough for Phoenix, like, to try and get it together with just those 3, and they're great, but
And KD knows that firsthand. I don't know if you guys know.
Yeah.
KD, you spoke a lot of ish on Brown and went to Denver. Look what he did. You want to talk all that about how he wasn't a decent player for you guys, and I'm not really gonna get into specifics of exactly what you said. I know I'm just like kind of talking off the dome right now, but you did kind of downplay Brown, and now look at him. He got a ring. You know what I'm saying? I know you got 2, but we're not even gonna get into those 2 championship rings. But yeah, he knows firsthand. Now, do you guys think KD or like at all has any input in these moves? In this move, at least.
Supposedly he did have a say in getting Beal there, which is fine. I just think to be able to win is gonna be hard. Like the West is 1 through 8 difficult. I think they do squeak in, but then like Dave Booker, I think he shot a perfect game and had 45 and lost.
And still lost.
And
Right.
still lost. And KD hooped as well and had 30 and still lost. So it's not I can put the ball in the basket. It's you also have to defend. You also need other guys. If you look at that box sheet, it was so top heavy that your 4th and 5 guys had 2 points, 3 points. It was so bad. It was so bad.
They didn't replace the coach yet, have they? Or I don't.
Frank Vogel's the coach now.
Frank Vogel.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I mean.
And see, so like that's where I'm interested. Defensive minded coach.
Correct.
Right. So now you're asking these 3 offensive studs. They're gonna play in a system where it's based around like, all right, we gotta play defense. Our defense is our offense. We're going to run.
So now, because now you guys reminded me that Frank Vogel is who took place. That it also interests me too because of this, right? I think what might happen, they have to find a way to probably let go of Ayton.
Yeah.
Because of cap space. He might still have some trade stock where they can get some supplemental pieces, right? But what I thought is a lot of these organizations, they're probably going to play the whole petty game and be like, no. You guys are kind of in a pickle. We're going to let you swallow all that, salary cap, and you guys are going to have to deal with it. So if that plays a role, where I think Frank Vogel might be, we got to see what he does, might be a genius. I don't know if you guys remember, right? When he was in the Pacers, he made, what was that center?
Roy Hibbert.
He made Roy Hibbert, I think, an all-star.
Yep.
I think an all-star.
And he was the coach for the Lakers in the bubble.
And Dwight Howard.
And he won a ring,
And
right?
he turned Dwight Howard.
So everyone here in this podcast, I can assume that we can agree Ayton's probably, if not is, a 2010 guy.
Yeah.
The potential's there, bro.
100%. Now, I know the question is the motor, but what I want to see from Frank Vogel, we've seen you do it with Roy, we've seen you do it with the Lakers in that bubble. Are you now going to tell him, listen, I know you can do 20 and 10, but I need you to do this for me. I need you to get 13 rebounds, 3 blocks.
Yeah.
And you'll get your 12, 13, whatever amount of points. And if it's your game, score 25, right?
Yeah.
Because we all know as great hoopers as D-Book is, Durant, and Beal. We know those guys they're a walking bucket. They're gonna have a bad day. If they continue with Ayton or they can't relieve him from the roster, is Ayton gonna be that guy like, okay, I got you. Everybody hop on my back.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to see what Frank Vogel does in that situation, because we've seen it before. This might be one of those roster, but he is gonna need supplemental pieces. That bench, I mean,
they need.
It's gonna be rough.
They need help. They need help for sure.
They're not just gonna run a starting five and then have Payne coming off the bench.
It's not gonna be it.
You know?
Yeah, we know how he feels about Cameron Payne.
No, they're homies. They're homies, right? You and Cameron Payne, boys, tight. I saw you the other day with him.
I really 1v1 you.
Oh my God.
Bro, I can't with him. He's gotta go.
Well, what is it that you have against Payne?
Bruh.
It's painful to watch, right? You don't think that his game backs up? I truly think.
No, bro. No, he
Okay.
plays ass every there's 82 games, bro. He plays ass
83.
for about
God. See, I know where you're going. That's why we're here,
80
buddy.
of them.
Wow.
That boy plays.
So you don't.
Anywhere where LeBron is, that boy decides to get 30. I don't know.
It
He's
is
got an
true.
itch in his butt.
He goes right at
But
Braun every time.
Do you think it could be one of those things where, hey, I'm playing one of the greats, I'm going to perform as a great?
like
Nah.
Yo, when I'm on
My
that,
boy has an agenda.
when I'm on that
bro.
court against you, I'm like, oof, top defender Eli, I'm dropping 40 on him.
Oh, bro.
No?
No.
I'm dropping 40. You don't think he might be, I don't know if top 5 is a little too high, maybe top 10 backup point guards in the league? Or backup point guards?
Bro, there's a lot of guards.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I even put him. I don't know if I put him.
Eli's not putting him top 10.
Nah.
No?
Nah.
You don't think so?
But my thing is, I'm not okay. Let me not disrespect him, because I do like his overall game. But if you look at his overall numbers throughout the games and you look at the spikes and where he plays well, bro, majority against LeBron. Bro, he don't miss.
So to you, his most of his stats are, if LeBron's not on the other side, we're getting a very
Chill, Melo. We're gonna get him.
Pedestrian.
Yeah.
Okay.
He nonchalant, but bro, I don't know what it is, bro. He sees LeBron as like, ding, yo, different. He's not Payne. He's not him, son. He turns into someone else and like doesn't miss a three. He's talking as he should. You're going against one of or the best player in the game, so I get it. But the boy don't miss, which is why it gets me mad.
So, now let me throw. I actually just thought about this literally right now. Do you think, or you guys think, excuse me, the Suns would be in a better position if somehow they kept CP3, but Ayton was the one that was out?
Honestly, I don't even know. I try to think of how that CP3 and Golden State thing's gonna even work out. I don't think Ayton would have helped the Warriors. I don't think it would have moved the needle as much.
Now, do you think? Because remember, CP3 went to Washington first,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Do you think if that was Ayton into Washington, the Warriors would still try to get Ayton?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think.
You think Washington probably would just keep that?
Yeah.
But my thing is, in their system, I could see it working in their
Ayton?
system. Yeah.
Maybe.
Draymond's low key. Draymond plays that position that Joker plays,
Right.
and I don't think people really see it. But the only difference between Draymond and Joker is that Joker's freaking 7'2", and can actually freaking put the ball in the basket.
Well, I was about to say, yeah, Joker's
But
giving
passing
25
and freaking all that other stuff,
and defense.
They do that.
He plays fence very well.
So I think if they need a big, Ayton would be that anchor, which they need, and then obviously I don't know if we all watch the playoffs. When you got Moody in there and you got other guys that can't shoot, what the Lakers do? Sag off, and then guess what? We're gonna make sure they can't bring the ball in, and then they literally couldn't do anything. So if you put Ayton there in the block, guess what? I trust Ayton to hit that mid-range open all day.
Right.
Yeah.
I believe that he could hit that free throw shot, which then makes it very difficult because now you have to step up and it lets Draymond be Draymond and then either get to the basket or find the best shooter of all time.
Yeah. I do think that Lakers series opened up the Warriors' eyes a lot. They asked I feel like they asked Steph to run a lot of pick and roll, and like he had to create a lot on his own.
Yep.
So I do think like that's where I think Chris Paul comes in
Mm-hmm.
and helps them.
Right.
Because now, when Steph needs to go to the bench, now you have Chris Paul in there to run the offense. If you want them in at the same time, you can run Steph at the 2, and now Steph never stops moving on the floor. So now Chris
Sure.
Paul is going to be able to find them. Now you have Draymond able to set screens. You
Yeah.
have Kevin Looney able to set
Right.
screens.
Kaminga. I heard he
needs
grew
playing time.
7 inches. Is
Yeah,
what-
I don't know.
Pause. That was kind of crazy.
I don't.
He needs playing time.
I don't know.
He needs playing time.
I don't know how.
Wait, what is he playing with though?
He needs to get on the floor.
I think, I do think
Okay.
Kaminga could be a good piece for them.
Oh, it's a very good supplemental piece.
Yeah,
for sure.
he's high energy, high intense when he's in there.
And he's a Jersey kid. Shout out Jonathan.
Big
Kaminga.
jersey, you're.
Shout out
But
Jonathan Kaminga.
as it goes for the Celtics, I have mixed emotions.
Yeah.
Okay,
man.
I got
That's a big one for me.
now.
I got a lot to say about the whole Porzingis to the Celtics, but I do not want to get away because I think it was a good segue from EJ.
Yeah.
I do not want to get away with CP3 to the Warriors because I do want to mention. Let me start off. All 3 trades, or at least these 3 trades: Beal to the Suns,
Yeah.
CP3 eventually to the Warriors. Like we all know, he went to Washington first, and Porzingis to Boston. I do not see it.
You don't see any of them.
No, I know the GMs, they get paid the big bucks to do these moves, so they probably see something that I don't see. I'm just an outsider. I'm just a viewer. But for someone just like us 3 that have been watching the game, dissecting the game, playing the game, right?
Yeah.
I don't really see except for one scenario, right? Now, they do still got to figure out Draymond Green's situation. Are you bringing him back, paying him less money? Are you just going to let him go? What's going on with that? Kaminga, again, like I said, he grew a few inches in height. And then I'm learning that his game is being a little bit more polished.
Yeah.
How is that going to be, inserted into the whole plan? Scratching those 2 scenarios, the way I see it, Ray, working, you guys might disagree. CP3 at the point, Steph at the 2, Klay coming off the bench.
Really?
And I need that explosiveness. Game 6 Klay that we all know, I need that in the bench. Because now, losing Jordan Poole, you don't have
Yeah,
that.
I get it.
I'm not saying,
I get it.
Klay's not really a bucket getter like Jordan Poole, but he's a little bit more efficient. He had, obviously, we all know he
Had a off
strokes the
year.
3 ball better than most people.
Yeah.
I like him kind of in the bench. Let CP3 be the floor general that we all know. Steph, the thing that he does the most is going through 8,000 screens per play and
Letting it
3
go.
ball.
Let it go.
That's the way I see it working now. Of course, you still got to figure out your 3, 4, 5. I don't know the situation with Wiggins, so I don't really know what's going on there.
I'm sure he's coming back.
He
Is he?
should.
Okay, he's on the contract, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they gave him.
So he's gonna be there. Another guy, big wingspan, plays defense. Obviously, can give you 18 plus, 20 plus on a good day.
A Wig is that?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he wasn't. I think he was number 1 draft pick, correct? Or number 2 behind. No, I don't know.
It might have been number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Listen, he's no scrub. It's just he just got to get some touches.
Yeah.
But you got to figure out that 4 and 5 and see what's going. That's the way I see it. A lot of other people are telling me no, keep it Steph, Klay 2, and then just put CP3 off the bench.
That's what they're saying. And it's minutes. It's minutes.
Right.
When it comes to CP3, he just the past 3, 4, 5 seasons, he just can't last the whole 82 and playoffs and play. That was another thing. Suns in the playoffs, they played 40 minutes, 42 minutes. You had KD, Booker, and CP3,
big
who's
dogs.
38,
Right,
played
right.
40 minutes. You're not going to win that way.
And we're asking 33 plus years old men, I think even older than that, to play 40 minutes.
But-
in KD and CP3.
Yeah, and you got CP3, who's 38, playing 40 minutes a game on a hamstring that always gets pulled in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Which cost him. Cost him in Houston, Game 6, at home.
That
That
was
he
tough.
doesn't get hurt. I don't know if Golden State wins. That's a big,
that could have been
upswing.
Houston's championship, honestly.
That you had prime James Harden. Sorry, different, and he's pulled it several times in big games where you're like, hey, Maybe we play limited minutes, have him on the back burner. He plays 20 minutes a game, have him come off the bench. Have those young guys, feed them the ball, be that floor general in that second group, where then you let Steph and Clay do what they do best in the first. Are they gonna have to figure it out as it goes by? I mean, yeah, but I don't want to see CP3 go any more than 25 minutes. I'd rather him play. If he wants, he could start off the game and then maybe first, a little bit of the third, and then play big minutes in the fourth. But that's it. Because you need him. You want him. You get that player for the playoffs. You don't get him for the 82 games.
Yeah,
no.
correct.
You want him in the playoffs. You want him healthy. You want him playing
That leadership.
decent.
I mean,
Yeah.
not Steph, but that leadership role too.
And he's that. I mean, hopefully they're rivals. No one wants to talk about it. They're a good portion of the career rivals. Clippers when he was there, Houston.
I think they'll figure it out though.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Well,
they went on like like not a podcast, but like a FaceTime, and they had people join. I didn't get to see it, but it was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Well, they still
They're just competitive, you
What
know.
works for them is they still have Steve Kerr at the helm. But I got a lot to say about this. But we all know I'm a huge Jason Tatum fan, so recently I've been rooting for Boston a lot. Before I get into my rant, my elongated rant,
Yeah.
I want to ask you guys again. What do you think? Who wins in this trade?
I'll go.
Break it down.
I'll go
Yeah.
first.
Oh,
Yo, Boston, what the hell are you doing, bro?
That's what I'm saying, man.
What are we doing? What are we doing? What do you guys see that we don't? Like, look, all right. I'm not discriminating against Porzingis. He's a unicorn. He blocks shots. He can shoot threes. But you traded away your heart and soul.
Yo.
Your heart and soul. Yes, Jason Tatum and JB are amazing, but who's gonna check them now?
Right.
Who is gonna tell the young kids, yo, you guys are a little erratic right now, and get them to listen? Al Horford, Kristaps Porzingis.
Who's basically out of the league?
You know what I
in like
mean?
a year.
If you ask me who won the trade, it's definitely Memphis, without a doubt.
Is that-
Now they got a dog.
You got a
amongst
dog.
dogs.
A
Yes.
dog. He's gonna change the whole dynamic of that, the whole culture of that team.
Yeah.
They're gonna still be gritty. They're still gonna play hard, but they're gonna play the right way.
And now they got a, I would call him a veteran to, hey,
Yeah.
listen, we need to lock back in.
Yes, because
Defensive Player of the Year.
yeah,
Come
like
on.
he's gonna change that for them, and I think
Crazy to me. Like now, actually, I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off. That just made me extra mad. You just gave, Memphis has the last 2 defensive players of the year.
yeah,
Correct.
With John Morant, who's not only, we
Yeah.
all know he's a star-studded player, but he's the most explosive player, right?
Yo,
Desmond Bain can shoot the rock.
look, you got rid of Brooks. Steven Adams is coming back from injury. Dude, they are
Scary.
going to be scary.
Gary.
Adding Marcus Smart was the best thing he could do.
Yo.
And that's why, like, I don't see the direction that the Celtics are going with. I get it. You have Derek White.
Mm-hmm.
He played tremendous in the playoffs. He's actually a very good player.
Right.
Very good player. But he's not Marcus Smart. Because now, not only if Jaylen Brown does come back, you're going to ask Jaylen Brown to be your best defender and guard the other team's best player.
Correct.
And also now on the offensive end, he's got to keep doing what he's doing beside Jason Tatum.
Exerting energy.
It's going to be tough. I think the only thing that Porzingis brings to you, which you guys had in Robert Williams, is rim protection. But I don't see it. I don't see how it's
Is
gonna
he
work out.
playing the 4 or is he playing the 5?
I mean, I would assume they probably are gonna start Porzingis, maybe at the 4, have Robert Williams at the 5, and have Horford come off the bench. Because with his age and stuff like that. Because Horford showed he still can provide some valuable minutes.
And they still kept Blake, right? They still got Blake on the roster?
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, but I just don't see. It's hard to replace a guy like Marcus Smart, man. Marcus Smart he's a guy that you want on your team 10 out of 10 times, no matter what.
A very disloyal moment
Yeah.
from Boston.
Yeah. So
I
it's
can't believe it.
surprise.
They should have stood the trade with Brogdon.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
Stay with. If they would have done that, I would have been more happy with that. Cause I'm like, hey, you keep Smart, you add another piece, cool. But to give Smart away, it wasn't so smart.
Listen, let me get into what I need to get into.
Yeah.
Right?
I know this. this burns your chest. So.
Yeah, because all right, both of you made a lot of good points, and I actually do not disagree with anything. What I'm gonna get into is this. This is not even a question or a deficiency that we needed to handle or take care of. We don't have a floor general.
Yeah.
So now you're bringing. Let me break this down. You're bringing a big man, like you said, Unicorn. We get what Porzingis can do when healthy.
Yes.
But even the health is a question. On top of that, now we just inherited $36 million a year.
Yeah, man.
Now that's just hitting the caps, the salary cap, right? Another big man I know. So we mentioned Robin Williams, another injury-prone player. Al Horford, age is getting up there. Blake Griffin played decent in my opinion this year, but your age is getting up there, and in the past couple years, injury have been looming around them. Correct? But now, we still haven't answered the floor general situation. We thought that was going to be answered by Brogdon. Unfortunately, that didn't. Brogdon is still a very solid player to me, but it just seems like in that system,
6 man at
Doesn't
best.
work.
it's not working out. And that could be a possibility. Maybe just have White and put Brogdon in the bench and work it out that way. But just like EJ said, we do have Robin Williams, which is a very pivotal defensive piece with us, but he needs to stay healthy. Now they're going to strain JB to play more defense. That's going to make him tired. Offensively, he can't do what he do. So if Jason Tatum has an off night, now who's going to back him up?
Yeah.
Right? There's a
Hope.
bunch of other floor generals, like just guards that you can probably add to this team and still keep Marcus
Key
Smart.
guys, yeah.
Yeah, like
And just figure it out. And then above all, not disrespecting you. I think you did a great job. I do feel like the roster is what helped you out the most. But Missoula's not it.
oof.
Missoula's not it. Unless big boy, what's the guy that used to be the head coach at Butler?
Brad Stevens.
Unless Brad Stevens is unless they have something going on in the offseason, you are not Udoka. I'm sorry. I feel like Udoka had and you messed up, by the way. You as a coach, you should never say that you lost the locker room. That's probably rule number 0, not even 1. Rule number 0 of like the coach's handbook. Just you verbally saying I lost the locker room, like now you definitely lost it.
Yeah, publicly, come on. Keep that in-house.
Udoka had the locker room in check. And I don't mean that in a negative aspect. I think the guys really loved Udoka. I think his defensive scheme was, no offense,
Amazing.
better.
Amazing.
Things just flowed a little bit better. Unfortunately, Boston ran to a juggernaut in the finals, and it is what it is. But Missoula, I'm sorry. Unless you show me something this year, I just don't see us going anywhere with you at the helm. Prove me wrong. That's all I'm saying.
I do think like with Missoula, he's young, and he's learning.
Mhm.
You know, I do think he has very good concepts. I just think maybe they got to give him a chance as well. I do get your frustration. Like it's the things. Sometimes his wording may be off. Like him saying that he lost control of the locker room. Like you should never. That should have never came out. I think this was his first year, correct?
Yeah.
I think
as a head coach.
Yeah. I think this. Like those adjustments on the fly for him were a little tough, and I think that's what ended up hurting them at the end, because they ran into Miami, who Eric Spoelstra has been doing this for years.
Yeah.
Top
And
coach.
I think he might be, if not the best, he's definitely top 3 right now in the league at making adjustments in game.
Correct.
That's big. That's key.
And that's huge. And I think for Missoula, at that, especially in the playoffs, you guys know how it gets, bro. The crowd.
It's elevated play, man.
Yo, it's just exactly. Elevated play. Your mental just has to be at another level. And you
Correct.
got to be ready for
Yeah.
whatever comes at you.
It does. So we were watching the game, and it's hard because it's just knowing when to call a timeout.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, or having set plays off a timeout. Like all right, cool, we call a timeout.
Yeah.
Everyone has a set play that goes to you. Look at good teams; they have a set play off a timeout, and they get a bucket instantly. It's a
Automatic.
set play, automatic. I don't think he had that either. There was nothing in rhythm for him. Was the moment too big for him?
Could have.
Maybe. You're playing in Boston. They lost in the finals against the Warriors. Now you have to bring this team to the finals. It's hard. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stepping stones to get there. I mean, there's a podcast, I think, D. Wade was talking about when he was young against, when he had Eric Spoelstra, young coach, talking about those things. You know, we had to learn together. I'm mad at him because he's growing too, just as I'm playing the game. So it's growing pains. I mean, Boss Man says he's not ready. I mean, he may not be it. Give him another year. Does it help that he's put in a position where now you got Porzingis, you don't have a floor general, you got a cradled center, you got a older guy, like you're gonna have to work with the guy. We're gonna see what he really is made of this offseason.
Go ahead.
I do want to say, Washington. Out of all of this, I think they came out winners.
Okay. Expound.
You got two guards. Now, I don't know if we have any Duke fans. You know, I know Ray's a big Duke fan.
Shout out to my Dukies, yeah?
Tyus Jones, great
Dog.
pickup.
Dog. Oh, gritty.
I call him Tyus Stones.
Hey.
Because, let me tell you, the bigger the moment, the bigger the stones.
Hey.
You heard?
Gems.
He can ball. And his other brother, too. They're both nice.
Yeah.
And for all intents and purposes, I know how you guys feel about Jordan Poole. He's about to go into Washington, and it may not be efficient.
Right.
He's gonna be a hooper, though.
He's going to get his.
He's finally getting what he wanted with the Warriors that he couldn't get.
Yeah.
He's going to be now
the guy.
Baby Steph.
Yeah.
Baby Steph.
And I think now you get to they got a couple of young pieces that are.
Kyle Kuzma's still there.
I was about to say they're gonna have to figure out the Kuzma situation.
If they're able to retain him with them, I think they can be. They're not obviously they're rebuilding.
Yeah.
But I think as a good starting base,
Right.
it's not bad. Not bad.
And Scott is still the coach, right?
Yes.
Scott's still the coach. Decent coach.
Yeah.
So I think they might have something going on over there.
Yeah. I have to watch out for them in a couple, maybe
listen,
a year or two.
I know there's been other teams have also gotten players throughout these trades because there's been a lot of 3-team trades. We're not really going to get into it because obviously the big fishes are Beal to the Suns, CP3 after 2 different trades eventually to the Warriors, and Porzingis to Beantown. Personally, I don't really like any of the trades, but you guys heard our ideas or what we feel about these trades. But we're going to get into something that just recently happened, and I think it was a decent one. It's been a couple of years that, to me, I think the draft was kind of right? There wasn't very, and I don't want to disrespect any players. Obviously, we all know if you're in the NBA, you're in that top percentage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You guys could hoop. I'm not saying you guys can't hoop.
Yeah.
I'm just saying a lot of the players in the past couple drafts didn't really move the needle for me, right? But this draft was a good one.
Yeah.
We all knew Wemby was going number 1, right? Did you guys have any doubt that he wasn't going number 1?
Nah, he's one.
Okay. No one, as of now, obviously, things have to, they got to get into the system. They got to grow off season right now. What are they really doing with the team? And is anybody, as of now, better in your eyes than Wemby?
Right now?
Right now. Just right now, before anything. Like, did you think anybody had a chance to be number 1 over Wemby?
I would go Brandon Miller or Scoot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't know if I really believe in my guy Wemby. I don't know. Wait, bro, I don't know. That's
Listen,
another hot
Is it
take.
because
I
he's
don't know.
skinny?
No, not bro. I was skinny and I was a hooper. It's not.
We spoke about it. I think it's not his body.
All right.
Technically it is. It's not how thin he is. It's how tall he is.
Yeah.
And in history, all players 7'3" plus, they get that 1 foot injury, and unfortunately, they're just not the same.
Yeah.
And a lot of those 7'3" plus guys, they play the 5. We have somebody that's literally playing like a 3. So now you're making more movements, more cuts, more jabs. How's your length gonna? How are you gonna support that? Now, he got drafted as an NBA. Now he's gonna have like all these nutrition strength and conditioning coaches that are supposed to help him out with that. And he's in an organization that we all know is probably top 3 right now, top 5 organizations because of what they're doing over there. I don't want to count him out. It's still Wemby. We've seen what he do, and I don't want to wish injuries on anybody. I'm just saying it's very concern that a kid is, what is he, 7'6", 7'7"?
7'5".
7'5", and you're trying to move like KD.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
don't get me wrong. He's a 2K player. Like, if you had to pick a 2K player, this is the guy.
Yeah.
But it's more concern than anything. I really hope he hoops. I really hope he does hoop. It's nervous.
I think he's going to. Like, I think something that people like take for granted is he's been playing overseas pro ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and for all intents and purposes, like overseas, bro, like it may not be as like it may not be the top notch athletes that the NBA has, but
it's cerebral though.
Yes,
they are cerebral,
physical.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So like, obviously, he's gonna have to take an elbow from Steven Adams to the chest a couple of times. You know what I'm saying?
Draymond,
these
like, tough players.
He's gonna have to. But I think that, especially being in that Spurs organization, I think they're gonna have him ready for that. I think those are gonna be things that they're gonna make important, especially in the off season. Just having him just be physical and get okay with the physicalness. Yeah. Because I'll tell you what, the skill is there.
The skill, the overall play, I'm excited about.
It's there.
Right.
Like, if I was a coach and I'm sitting with my GM in one of those draft rooms, right? I'm looking at it like, how if we have the chance to get Wemby, how do we not take him? How do we not like? There's just the upside is just too like to the moon for me.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
you
like,
take the high reward for a big risk. It's a risk.
But you know,
I can agree with that, especially if you're the Spurs.
Especially if you're the
Spurs. Top 3, you get the
from France. Now you got the Tony Parker connection.
Yeah.
All those guys, Manu, Tim, Tony, they're all gonna take care of him.
And we've seen him before with 2 other big men, you know, with Robinson and Duncan. So he might not be playing the 4 and 5, but you know, in the size, it's there. So we'll see what Pop do.
Yeah.
What I will say, Wemby, is stay away from the EYBL or the Drew League. We all know what happened to Chet Holmgren last year.
Yes. Yes, please.
Number 2 pick, my favorite.
Yeah.
The guy that I'm really one of the guys, but he's the guy because he's a top 3 pick. I'm very heavy on, and he's going to a team that you know might be one of the worst run team in the league, but there's someone playing there that I do think will benefit him, and that is LaMelo Ball.
Hell yeah.
And the guy that I'm speaking about is Miller.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
I'm super excited. I'm super excited to watch him play, bro.
Yeah.
Like that was just a great pick for them.
Right.
I think Brandon Miller is gonna come in right away and fit in perfectly with LaMelo. I think they're just gonna be able to run,
high flying, push the ball,
play fast, score. And now, like Brandon Miller, like people like don't know, but like he plays a little bit of defense. So he might be able to like ignite something in those young kids because they're all young over there.
Yeah.
You know, they got LaMelo, they got Bouknight. I think Rozier is over there.
I think they still have. I was looking at the roster. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off. I'm looking at the roster. Listen, they have LaMelo, Miller, Rozier. They still have Gordon Hayward, veteran guy that's been in the league for a long time.
Man.
I know last year he took kind of a step back, but they have Kelly Oubre.
Yeah.
I think I don't know his situation, but don't they still have that Bridges kid that's been in that?
Yeah, and I think he might come back.
You know, he was playing high volume basketball when he was there. So they got some pieces. I don't know who the coach is. I'm not sure on that. They have the pieces to maybe
make some noise.
OKC.
Yeah, they can make some
nice
noise.
little OKC thing going on.
Yeah. They can make some noise.
We gotta see. You know, I do like the kid, and like I said, him and Melo. That's gonna be exciting.
And listen,
it's gonna be exciting.
And Brandon Miller, man, shout out to you, bro, because your bag is deep, my boy.
Yeah, we were talking in the group chat, and I know it's been kind of a subject in the past week, but he reminds us a lot about PG-13. I was about to call him PG-3. PG-13. Yeah. And all 3 of us here are huge fans. So, yo, we like what you're doing, Miller. We're going to be watching you very closely. So good luck out there in Charlotte. And do you guys, by any chance, though, do you like that he went to Charlotte? Like, do you think Scoot would have benefited better in Charlotte, or do you like where they landed? Like that was the best fit for them.
No, I like where they landed.
I agree with that.
Yo, Dame, if you see this, stay in Portland, my boy. I think you and Scoot.
Yo, LeBron.
I think you and Scoot. I'm telling you, like, for Scoot is built like a linebacker.
No.
Oh, that body is NBA ready, my boy.
He's built like a linebacker.
Yo.
He can handle the rock.
Yo, the hang cross is crazy.
He can shoot,
hang cross.
and he's explosive as hell.
Now, I do think he can. You're right. He can shoot, but I'm hearing that he's like now probably not anymore because now that he got drafted. But before he got drafted, he was with Steph Curry working on the shot.
Yeah.
Like you're working out with the best shooter, not just in the league, history.
All time.
And now you're about to play with someone that he definitely that wrist is flicking.
He's there.
You know, so
He's definitely there. So and I just think the game they complement each other so well. Like, and it's funny that we're even talking about this because like I hear a lot of people talk about, oh well, CJ and Dame didn't work. The difference between CJ and Dame, I think they were just super young, growing up together,
trying to figure it out.
trying to figure it out. CJ went to New Orleans, found a spot where he can call home.
System and it works.
System that works for him. Dame, he obviously has been the star since he's been in Portland, and you know his game is very. I'm getting to my spots. I'm shooting whether you're in front of me or not. And Scoot now can relieve some of that pressure from.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you cannot play up on Scoot because he's gonna blow right by you.
And a lot of people I know I keep asking this. I'm gonna have to really get a lock in when the coaches. Who's coaching over there again?
You know, in Portland.
Yeah. I'll look that up, but I'm gonna keep on talking. What I like what's going on in Portland also is nobody wants to mention, right? They still have Nurkic, correct?
Yes.
I understand the whole injuries thing, but let's say we get at least an 80% Nurkic that we used to get. That's pretty decent, right?
Yeah, I think
They got Thibault,
Yeah.
very defensive player,
I like
very
him.
good defensive player.
Forgot about that. Actually.
I think I'm not gonna say the most overrated or really underrated. They have Cam Reddish.
No. Yeah.
And they
That's
got
a good pickup. I like
they got my young bull, Anthony Simons.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So again,
Bucket getter.
kind of similar with Charlotte. They got a lot of young pieces over there that if they get to gelling,
My thing is, if it's really Nurkic, if that boy could just
Stay
be
healthy,
on the
yeah.
floor,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He really hurt them, pushed them back a couple years, because
ever since that
Dang.
ESPN stat day, the
Yeah.
whole 5-5-5-5 or whatever.
Yeah.
That was only an ESPN stat. It was kind of impressive, but only ESPN will highlight a stat like that.
Chauncey Billups is their head coach.
Chauncey. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Big Shot.
Yeah.
Mr. Big Shot. Well,
So,
that's interesting.
well,
You're right. This is the second year, though,
Yeah, they're
right?
gonna be interesting. For
Okay.
Sure.
Oh, we'll see how that
I
works
mean, it
out.
all depends on Dame, right?
what he does. Hey, yo, Dame, make your way to the Lakers, my boy.
Yo, listen, I'm just saying, you know, they might need some.
Or Brooklyn. Or Brooklyn. Yo, we got good food.
Yo,
Got good food.
hey,
The nightlife is nice. I'm telling
No,
you.
he don't need that. No, he don't.
I'm
need
not
it.
gonna get into any of the other draft picks, but Brooklyn also they picked up a very good two-way player from Duke, the Derek Whitehead. Derek
Yeah, he's-
Whitehead. So hey man, that Brooklyn move.
Jersey, Big Nork.
You feel me?
Big Nork.
Hey, big jersey, you heard?
Yes.
And actually, I do want to say something. OKC, you guys kind of messed up. You guys picked a very good player in Lively. Actually, another Dookie. Very good player in Lively. Could rebound. He led the ACC. I think he led the ACC, or at least top 2 ACC in block shots, which I think probably could have helped him out, especially with figuring out how Chet is gonna, be implemented.
Hopefully.
And they unfortunately traded him. I don't know where he went.
Dallas.
It was to Dallas.
And
Okay.
helps out
They
Dallas a
need
lot.
that.
Yeah,
They
for
needed that.
sure, for
They
sure.
needed that.
So obviously, I'm a pedestrian. I'm gonna say that you guys messed up, but you guys obviously get paid to do this, so you know more than I do. But it would have been cool if you guys kept them. Listen, guys. Anything else you guys want to touch on? I think this was a great pilot episode. I think this was pretty
Yeah.
dope. I do want to mention you guys. We are going to be doing, or I'm going to be asking these guys questions every episode. I really want to pick their brain and very tough questions. I know today we spoke about the Derek Jeter. It's just been something that's been kind of in the news, and we're trying to get that out of the way. But if you guys have any questions, do not hesitate in the comments below to let us know what you guys want me to ask them and see what we think about it. On top of that, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you never miss a beat. And hey man, we'll catch you guys next time.
Peace.
Big E
Smallz, baby.
Yer.